Welcome to What's Happening. We have a special show for you today. May is Style Makers Month here on Cape Cod. With me is Amanda Converse from the Current Quarterly and Pam Kukla from We Can. Amanda, this is your brainchild.
Yeah.
Current Quarterly has grown from a magazine to a fashion show to an entire month of events with style. Tell us how you got started and what's going on.
Well, the Current Quarterly was developed about 3 years ago. I own a shop, and I was trying to think of ways to communicate to local Cape Codders that we have great shopping, clothes shopping here on Cape Cod, and the idea of a magazine was given to me, and so that's how the Current started. And since then, it's been quite a journey and great education for me. I've never published a magazine before in my life. So, but the whole magazine features local stores, local people, local products. So it's all about spending our dollars on Cape Cod.
That's fantastic. And then ancillary events around this magazine. So Pam's been with We Can for a while. We Can's a beneficiary of this amazing runway style fashion show. Tell us a little bit about that. That event's actually going to kick off this whole style month.
Yeah. So I initially partnered with We Can for this fashion show. This will be our 4th year doing it. And it was a natural partnership because We Can is all about empowering women, and I think that women can be empowered by feeling good about what they're wearing. So the fashion show really was started to benefit We Can, and Pam can speak more about what We Can does.
And what does We Can do? Women's empowerment, as 3 strong women sitting here. Some women need a hand up and some encouragement, and what We Can provide some of that?
Yes, in fact, most of us in the course of our lives will need some help. We'll need to feel strong, independent, and empowered. We Can is an acronym for Women's Empowerment Through Cape Area Networking, and this is our 15th year. In 2001, we provided basically job and education counseling for 15 women. And in 2015, we served over 2,200 women. So
wow.
The growth has been enormous. Now we have 4 types of services and programs. I think one of the most important one is information and referral. We don't pretend to do everything, so we provide referrals, really direct referrals, not just a phone number, to other nonprofits on the Cape that can be resources for women who come to us, and information about how to navigate through the network of nonprofits on the Cape. So that's one very fundamental service. And then we have what I think is one of our jewels, our 10-month mentoring program, Pathmakers, where women like Amanda, who's been there, done that, pick each other through a kind of speed dating process, and over the course of 10 months, they'll meet monthly as a group, usually of 40 to 42 women, for special workshops, and then one-on-one via email, phone, face-to-face, the pairs, the pathmaker and the mentor, decide. They set their own agenda and their own timetables, and miracles come out of this program. Lives are fundamentally changed through this mentoring. And what's happening now that the program has been in operation for several years is that women who were pathmakers come back and are mentors now.
I love that
So
full circle. Isn't that
yeah, that's
wonderful?
really great. And then we provide a really robust work support program. We're going to be launching a very important new aspect of the program aimed at women who are or want to become entrepreneurs. and engaging with some other organizations on the Cape that do a little bit of that work support. We have workshops and one-on-one consultations. And then we also have legal and financial one-on-ones and workshops. And those workshops develop as a result of needs that emerge to us from the community. So for example, about a year ago, we started offering family law for grandparents raising grandchildren.
Oh, yeah.
That's an increasing population on the Cape. So that's what We Can does, and I'm on the board and feel really honored to be able to lend whatever support I can to this organization, and feel really excited to be part of the fashion show.
Yes, Pam's going to be modeling in the show.
Again.
Again,
Yeah.
so 4th year, may the 4th be with you. It's on May
It is.
4th.
Yep.
So anybody in like Star Trek kind of stuff this year?
We'll see.
Exactly. The fashion show is May 4th, 2016, and it's a shopping event too. So this is not as only grown as now into a month of events, but this signature event has grown into pop-up boutiques being there and a full shopping event. So people, you know, who come, it's at the Cultural Center again this year?
Yes.
Oh my goodness, what a beautiful spot for it. Tell us a little bit about that event.
Well, we're really excited this year because the Cultural Center's new wing is finished. So we're going to actually have the fashion show in the new wing. And then that leaves the front room open for all shopping. And we listen to feedback every year and change and evolve the event based on that feedback. So people wanted more time to look around, to sip some We Can wine, and maybe eat some snacks, and then we'll go into the other room and watch the show, and then they can come back. And so it really is a more robust event.
Right.
And the boutiques are happy to have, they'll have racks there, or some of the jewelry stores will have their jewelry there, and it really is it's a fun night.
Right.
Yeah.
So the event itself, modeling, you've got folks here from the Cape that are out there. Are you modeling, Pam?
Well, you know, it's interesting. Yes, I'm modeling. I ask to model again because it's so much fun.
I bet.
But we have women from across the Cape, women who may not have a direct connection to We Can, but are well known locally. We have program participants modeling.
Oh, that's wonderful.
It's a really good time for the models. Last year, my husband even modeled. He was the father of the bride wearing a tuxedo.
The token male.
Yeah.
I love that.
We've got a couple of children modeling this
great.
year as well. There's a great consignment shop in Falmouth that does kids' clothes, and so they'll be in the show. And so it's all local boutiques, all local women supporting a great local cause.
That's amazing. So May 4th, 2016 kicks off the Style Makers Month. And this just is, we've known each other for many, 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 many years. To see this grow into an entire month of events and really kind of cool events. It's not your typical fashion week that you'd see in Milan or something like that. You're tackling fashion from multiple angles, including food and the manufacturing of garments as well, because Good Clothing Company, I saw that they're actually on here. So tell us about some of these other events.
Well, people have been sort of mentioning to me for a couple of years that I needed to be doing a fashion-based event on the Cape, like a big one. And I let the idea kind of percolate, and then this is what happened. This is what came of it. And the fashion show is something that's established, and we've been doing it for a while now. So I thought that's a great kickoff.
Right.
And then I found through my personal connections, but also through the magazine, other organizations doing fashion and style related either events or exhibits or things like that I thought would be a great fit for the month of May. So it starts with the fashion show and it actually ends at the Fagawi Ball. The Style Makers Month will end at the Fagawi Ball with a red carpet event. So it's kind of the culmination is this sort of glamorous, we'll have paparazzi on the red carpet and I'll be interviewing people e-style. And there's a step and repeat so people can really feel like they're at you know, a glamorous Hollywood event. It's just fun. And then the other things that I'm really excited about the rest of the events. On May 13th, we're doing an opening night at the Centerville Historical Museum. They have a wedding exhibit. And a little known fact about them is that they have one of the largest vintage clothing collections in the Northeast.
Wow.
People just started donating amazing garments to them years and years ago, and so it just became this place, you know, by word of mouth. People said, oh, give that to them. So they've got, every year they do different exhibits, and this year they're doing the wedding, which I'm so excited about because who doesn't love to look at, you know, and they'll go into the traditions that have evolved. And it is interesting. You know, in the past, they've done a swimsuit exhibit, so you see how it evolved from wool to people being at the beach in wool, not going in the water, to very skimpy bikinis in this day and age. So, and that I'm really excited. So we're opening the exhibit that night with a cocktail party, and Sposabella Bridal will be there. They're sponsoring the event, and they'll be there with some modern day gowns. And Cape Cod Package Store will be wine sampling, and so excited about that. And then we're at Trove Vineyards on May 15th. We're going to showcase local designers. So we have 6 locals, some who have been designing for 30 years, and some who are new to the Cape and new to designing. And so we'll be doing a showcase rather than a fashion show. So there will be models, but it won't be a traditional show, so that people can leisurely, you know, spend the afternoon at the vineyard drinking wine and
I see a recurring theme.
Lots of shopping and drinking wine. And then we're doing an open house at the Good Clothing Company, and this is another thing I'm so excited about. The Cape has so many great resources and things happening, and we have a clothing production facility that's been in existence for a year now, and I think it's great to show people how things get made and where they get made, what goes into it, why do things cost what they cost, and so they're going to show us how they make a T-shirt from start to finish. You know, from making the pattern to cutting the fabric to and sewing it, and so it's kind of like a little taste of what they do and what goes into it. And then I mentioned the charity ball, but all month long we've got 3 restaurants who have kind of connected with this crazy idea that we came up with for Style Makers Month, and we're calling it Fashion Plates. And so the restaurants, Embargo in Hyannis, Naked Oyster in Hyannis, and Trevi in Mashpee Commons have agreed to give me a picture of one of their favorite dishes, and then our fashion illustrator is going to, based on those dishes, and gather inspiration and draw an outfit. And so it's kind of the intersection of culinary arts and fashion.
That is amazing.
It'll be really interesting to see how it gets interpreted, but I'm really excited about that. So
that's fantastic. So when do you sleep, Amanda?
Not much. No, I actually was saying to Pam I would love it if I could sleep less.
Right. That's fantastic. So May 4th is the annual weekend fashion and shopping event. That's going to kick this month off. That's at the Cultural Center, 5 to 8, a runway show with pop-up boutiques, wine. And then the rest of the month, you know, the 13th, the 15th, the 20th, 21st, and then all month with the fashion plates. Where can folks get information on all of this?
They can go to thecurrentquarterly.com.
Okay.
And we have basic information on our front page, and you can click on each of the images and get more information on each of the events. So.
And how about Weekend? Where can folks go to support Weekend, or maybe actually look at some of the programs that you offer if they're in need of that?
Our website, wecancenter.org.
Okay.
WeCanCenter, all one word, .org.
Right. So all of these programs that you've done, obviously from, 15 years, and I was amazed at the number that you threw out, 2,200 people served in those in this past year.
And about 7,000 calls and walk-ins.
A year.
And people should know, we have a very tiny staff.
Right.
The reason we're able to do this is because we have over 250 volunteers,
Right.
professionals who donate their time to provide these services.
Right. Whereas, something like an event like this is so important to you as a fundraiser as well, is that, these fundraising, they're fun for us to go to, but in the back of our mind should always be that they are really serving a purpose and raising money for organizations like We Can.
Yes, because I take this for granted, but people may not know that all of We Can's programs and services are at no charge.
Right.
And so that's why we're thrilled when people like Amanda put on these wonderful benefits for us.
That's amazing. It's really cool. I can't wait to see the people that are modeling.
It's fun.
It is fun. So starting May 4th, may the 4th be with you, Style Makers Month. It's in fashion-inspired events on Cape Cod. Amanda Converse, the editor-in-chief and publisher of the Current Quarterly, and Pam Kukla from We Can, which the signature event will benefit. Great work, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
I'm Paula Hersey, and this is What's Happening.